Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I'm going to explain how you report a third-party VA compensation and pension examiner for failing to use a Goniometer to measure your range of motion for a joint exam. Also, you can use this same process if you know that exam you reported for and or was conducted was insufficient. Make sure you stick around. Okay, before we get into today's video, make sure you click the link below to join my monthly membership. It is live. There are 22 lessons available with one recorded live stream. Also, every month we will be dropping more content in the vet membership. Okay, so today's video, how do you report a third-party VA C&P examiner that does not use a Goniometer to measure your range of motion, and or if you feel any exam that you reported for is insufficient. I have some slides that I'm going to share with you because a lot of veterans have been saying, Dwayne, I went out for a third-party C&P exam. They were rude. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. And when I looked up the 38 CFR, the M21 manual reference, guess what? These examiners are supposed to be doing things that they are not doing. So if you ask me, Dwayne, well, this happened and that happened, is that insufficient? I do not know. I'm going to tell you, hey, watch this video again. Also, go out and do your research. But in today's video, I'm going to share a couple examples with you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Slide number one. Here in slide number one, this is a VA Form 21-4138. This is the top of the first page. So if you feel that the exam that you showed up for was insufficient, or if you showed up for a joint exam and you requested, or the doctor or examiner did not measure your range of motion, let's say for the back or neck or whatever, by using a Goniometer, that is a insufficient exam, okay? So what do? You go to the VA's website at va.gov, you do a search for VA Form 21-4138, and this is the top of the first page. Now, I have circled in the top right-hand corner, expiration date, June 30th, 2024. So if you're reviewing or viewing this video after June 30th of 2024, and you got this document, 4138 from the VA's website, it is still good because you got it from the VA's website, and it's not your fault that it's not updated. So whatever VA form that you're getting, make sure you get it from va.gov, nowhere else. And again, I'm just showing this so you could see what the 4138 looks like. This is the top of the first page, okay? So you have to fill out all your information, your name, date of birth, veteran social security number. Your social security number is going to be the same as your file number. I think the VA switched from a VA file number to your social security number, I know well over 10, 15 years ago, okay? Your telephone number, email address, and mailing address, okay? Now, moving right along, slide number two. Now, this is the remarks section at the bottom of page one. Now, the 4138 is like an extra sheet of paper, okay? I've used it before. When I was going through my VA claims process, you could put your personal statements on there, things that you're claiming, lay statements, for several different reasons, okay? So this is what I have annotated in red. In this example, the doctor or examiner failed to measure your range of motion using a Goniometer, okay? And I state, I had a compensation C&P exam on listed date with doctor or nurse practitioner or whomever for blank condition, back condition. The examiner failed to complete or conduct my range of motion using a goniometer. I requested the examiner to use one to obtain the correct range of motion, and they refused. Please schedule another compensation and pension exam before my claim is adjudicated with a different doctor that will use a goniometer to obtain the correct range of motion. Per, and I list the M21 manual reference, the 38 CFR, it states the importance of using a goniometer for accurate measurements. Now, don't worry about it. We're going to go over that M21 manual reference and that 38 CFR. Now, also keep in mind, you're going to submit a FOIA request to get a copy of that exam. And I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, that examiner will notate on your CMP exam that they used a goniometer when they actually didn't, because they have to follow this M21 manual reference in 38 CFR, okay? So let's keep going. Slide number 3. Here's slide number 3. This is the M21 manual reference that I had on the previous slide. And here it goes, the M21 manual reference, importance of accurate measurements in joint cases. Accurate measurements are very important in joint cases. No kidding. VA examinations must measure joint motion with a goniometer. Must measure joint motion with a goniometer. So think about this. When you go, if you know you're going in for a joint exam, it might, you know what? I would just probably print off this M21 manual reference and this 38 CFR that I'm about to show you. So when that examiner says, oh, we don't have to do it, well, here's the M21 manual reference and the 38 CFR that states that you do. Now, I did a previous video talking about goniometers. In that video, I call it goniometer, but goniometer, okay? But that way you could refute. Now, it may piss that examiner off, so it is up to you. But in that previous video, I even gave you, not a link, but I showed you what goniometers look like, the different sizes, and going to Amazon and purchasing 3 for like $7.99. And guess what? Some people said, Dwayne, I did that and took it in there with me, because some examiners, my examiner said they didn't have one, okay? So this is the M21 manual reference. You have the number and the name. Second paragraph, it says, a number of disability benefit questionnaires, DBQs, relating to joints require use of a goniometer. There you go, people. You don't get any more fact than that, okay? Now, let's move right along. Slide number 4. Okay, slide number 4, 38 CFR 4.46, accurate measurements. Now I have highlighted here in red. The use of a goniometer in the measurement of limitation of motion is indispensable in examinations conducted within the Department of Veterans Affairs. That means third-party contractors as well. So like I said, if I had to do it over again, I would take this 38 CFR and M21 manual reference. I would be armed with this information at a CMP exam, just in case that doctor says, oh, we're not required, because they have to put it on the exam that they did use it, okay? So why are they telling veterans, most veterans, that it is not required? Now, it's like hanging a picture frame. When you hang that picture frame, you probably use one of those little levers. I know I do. When you purchase a TV, they have those little cheap levers. I always keep them. So if I'm doing something like hanging a picture frame to get the accurate measurement, make sure it is level. So what is the tool for examiners that examiners are supposed to use to get the correct measurement, not eyeball it because you've been doing this 40 or 50 years? It is called a goniometer. I shared with you the M21 manual reference and the 38 CFR. Now, you submitted that VA form 21-4138 to VBA. Same place you used, you submitted it the same place that you submitted your claim form. Now, what else can you do? Pick up the phone. Dial 800-827-1000. 800-827-1000. And just repeat everything that you put on that 4138. Go back and look at this video again, and you can see what I put as an example of if you feel the CMP exam was insufficient by the examiner not using a goniometer, okay? So you want to mail in the 4138 and call the VA at the same time or right after, but you want to do it immediately within at least 24 hours of leaving that CMP exam, because if it is of record and the RVSR gets it, they should say, oh, wait a minute. The third-party CMP examiner is saying they use a goniometer, and the veteran stated that they didn't. Now, the RVSR have a couple of choices they can make. They can go ahead and rate the claim, or they can request another CMP exam. Hopefully, they request another CMP exam. If they don't, guess what you are arguing based on fact or law if you decide to use a high-level review. I just gave you an M21 manual reference and a 38 CFR, but it's up to you to go out to the VA's website and do more research on its insufficient exams as it pertains to VA examiners not using a goniometer and just insufficient exams in general, okay? So you can use this process if they fail to use a goniometer or if you feel that the exam was insufficient for another condition. 4138, and make sure you call in, because both of those things, the 4138 and the report of you calling in, will be of record if you have to do a high-level review. Man, that is a huge nugget. So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.